A two-year investigation into the Vaal sewage problem told the estimated 19 million people using the Vaal River what they already knew. It is a human rights disaster. Tons of sewage continue to pour into the waters and seep through people's homes every day. So what has changed since the Water and Sanitation Ministry took over the sanitation in Emfuleni? Maureen Stewart from Save the Vaal joins me now. Good evening to you, Maureen. Has anything changed?
Good evening, Jane. Jane, it's a bit of a yes and no answer. First of all, a lot of steps are being taken by the Minister of Water and Sanitation, Lindiwe Sisulu, to actually put in place the legislative requirements for her to take over the Emfuleni wastewater water system. There are lots of plans afoot, which is good news. But having said that, there's not action on the ground yet. And unfortunately, a year has lapsed since ERVAT were here. They unblocked a lot of pipes. But during the year that's gone by, nothing much has happened, so the pipes are locked up again. So the first step of the new plan will be to start unblocking the pipes. Then there are lots of plans to refurbish the wastewater treatment plants. But the underlying problem all along the way is funding. And that is our biggest concern. There still doesn't seem to be sufficient funding to do the job to its completion.
And what is the problem there? I mean, I know that the Water and Sanitation Department, there was something like, 10 billion missing. There's been a lot of corruption there. There's been a lack of will in many departments. What would the solution be? Would it be better if there was a sort of public-private partnership?
Perhaps into the future, yes. But at the moment, the costs of repairing and expanding the wastewater system are really in the hands of government. So we have to see those plans roll out. And they've now told us that the refurbishments will be completed within about a year. Personally, I think that's quite an ambitious target. But we'd be very happy, to see that done. And then there are also plans to relaunch or to continue with the Sedibeng Regional Sewerage Scheme project, which started way back in 2008 and still, hasn't got too far. There's been a couple of things done, but not the whole project. So I can say there are lots of plans, but we need to see action on the ground. We want to see people, engineers working. We want to see things happening that, and of course the ultimate test will be the quality of effluent that is deposited into the river from the treatment plants.
I mean, it does make you a little bit nervous. We know that the army was called in. We know that there was a suggestion to bring in Cubans to come and help us when it's certainly a South African problem. Update us on the situation of people living on the river. I know it's impacted business really hard. People are sick. Sewage pours through their floors and ceilings.
Yes, that is certainly ongoing, particularly in the areas of Sebokeng, Everton, and also Vereeniging. The situation in Vereeniging, along Gulf Road, is terrible. I mean, I really don't know how people manage to live with it. So that is still going on. The pollution of the Vaal River itself had a bit of a boost earlier on this year when we had very good rains. But of course now with the amount of sewage flowing into the river, we are seeing high pollution levels or increasingly high pollution levels. So we haven't really got anywhere yet. But at least the mechanisms are in place now. Contractors have been appointed very recently to run with the project. So we do have a kind of light at the end of the tunnel. But I'm still very cautious to be optimistic about it yet.
Yeah, I'm not surprised, but at least it seems that something is moving. Let's leave it on that positive note. Maureen, always good to talk to you. Thank you.